Hi everyone, I'm NomadNurseZ, and my goal is to help nurses get the life they've always dreamed. In today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about what are the alternatives to working from home. I know a lot of you might be interested in a remote nursing job because of the work from home aspect, but there are some of you, like myself, that were interested in the remote nursing type of job because they wanted to travel. So really that's the two type of people that I see interested in remote nursing jobs. The ones that have families, they want to stay at home, maybe they have a child that needs more help, and they want to be there for them. But then also the type of nurse that loves to travel nurses, I'm talking to you. Those are two nurses that I see a lot that are interested. So some of you may know from working from home, if you've done any working from home from the pandemic, it can be a little bit, how can I say this, like boring to be working from home a lot. And sometimes you want a change of scenery, and sometimes you want to go somewhere that's not Starbucks. Maybe you've got phone calls to make to patients and you need that privacy. You can't exactly do that in a Starbucks. So today's video, really, I just want to talk about the alternatives that you can do besides just working in your hotel room or working in your bedroom at home. Like, what are the other things? So yeah, Starbucks is not something that I would recommend. I'd really only recommend that in a pinch. I have, known people to do that, and I feel like sometimes when you are working in a Starbucks, you work for 8 hours a day, and I don't really know a lot of people that want to work in a Starbucks for 8 hours. Like, you have to leave your laptop on the table if you need to go to the bathroom, or you have to take it with you, and it just it's not the most convenient or practical, so there has to be something else. And luckily there is. And I actually didn't know about this until I talked to another nomad, and kind of picked his brain and found out some things, and that were available to us that we didn't know about until down the line a little bit. I think I had been a remote nurse for a year before I found this out. So what am I talking about? Let's just get straight to it. I'm talking about co-working. Now, co-working, basically, I have a description a little bit later on as well, but basically it's when you are working around other people that work remotely. So everyone that does co-working, they have some kind of remote aspect to their job. They're not all nurses. So some of them are engineers or accountants or web designers, but the thing everyone has in common is that they can work from a laptop, or even some people work with their hands. So if they're building something they're building a fancy smart computer or something, I don't know, but basically they don't need to go into a certain location in order to do their job. And then co-working is kind of bringing all those people together in one location so that you can kind of create this kind of virtual office space where you're going into an office setting that has everything for you. The Wi-Fi set up, they have bathrooms, they have locations for you to work. But they usually charge some kind of fee for you to go in. So sometimes they have daily passes, and then other times they'll have passes where you can work for maybe a month from that location. Something I've really recently found is a global pass through a website, which I'll link down below. I don't have any association to this website. It's just a resource that I found and I wanted to share with you. And I hope to actually buy one of these global passes that basically it'll allow me to work from multiple different co-working spaces, having to pay for one specific location membership, because that was also something that I thought of as a con to co-working. Okay, well, the whole idea about co-working is that it brings remote people together and it can combat loneliness. But then what about when you want to move on to the next state, or if you're traveling and everything? It's really only like what I thought was it would really only benefit those people that were working remotely and they only lived in one city. So again, this is great for those of us that are working remotely. They want to have companionship, or just like an ability to network too. A lot of times with remote working, people always say, well, isn't it really lonely? And I don't get lonely, but that's because like I usually am traveling on the weekends, and so it kind of makes up for it a little bit. But sometimes, for example, it can be lonely if you're in a place for a long time and you haven't had any human contact. This is really a good alternative. So I've actually included at the end of this video a co-working tour when I stayed out in Arizona. So you can kind of see like what it looks like, and this specific place was, you had to kind of pay like a certain membership for it, and you could get like certain areas of the office. So like some desks were more like basic desks like this one, for example, and then other desks were the desks where you can like press a button and it's like sit to stand type of desk. So it's basically like your prices would increase based on like what your desk was. And then there are options, again, to pay daily at certain places like this. But I have a video here that just explains to you what it looks like. And I did this at the end of the day, so to kind of avoid, filming people when they're working, because I don't like to be filmed when I'm working. But yeah, that's kind of the alternative that I wanted to share with you for how to combat loneliness in the remote nursing type of role. And if you have any other ideas for other ways, like maybe other instances, go ahead and leave me a comment below, and then give me a like if you have found this information relevant to you. This is how I know that the content I'm putting out is valuable for you. If it's not valuable, give it a thumbs down. Like, I need to know that too. So anyway, I really have enjoyed talking with you guys today, and thanks for watching this video. Until next time, bye-bye.
Okay, so today I'm headed over to Arizona Co-working. So co-working is when you can go to an office space just like this one, and they have desks, they have all the office supplies that you may need, with the addition of having people around you that are also working. So it's really great for those people that want to have a sense of community when they're working. Maybe they get lonely when they're working from home. This is out in Arizona, and it's really interesting. It has this like warehouse kind of workshop area right here, where I guess, some people working remotely work physically on things, so that's great. This is the check-in desk where you would come in and sanitize, and then they have this big workroom back here at the very front, which is really great for conferences or if you have a large team that you're working with. And this other space right here with all the white tables and chairs is just like the general area where people can pay maybe daily. They don't have a membership, they don't have a set location or desk. They do put a sign here that just says to keep distance due to COVID. And then they have these nicer desks right here that go up and down with the press of a button, so you can't really tell, but this desk is going up and down, which is great if you want to stand up and do some work instead of sit down. And then over here we've got kind of a kitchen area and TV where people can come and refresh. They can get water, they can get coffee, tea. They also have a refrigerator and drinks that are free, and snacks. You do have to pay to use this every day, so that's why all these things are free. They've got some nice candy here, which I will take some Skittles because why not? But yeah, so we've got, looking further on, we've got a hallway here with just some bathrooms, and then some individual kind of like pod areas, kind of like if you remember your college library, they would have little like study areas. This one's very small, but it has a plug-in, and you can easily just come in here for a quick private phone call if you have personal information that you need to relay. And then further down here, there are some other office areas, a little hangout spot over there to the right, and then Headed into this room here over to the right, we've got a nice kind of relaxed area for a work group. You know, we've got a whiteboard, a TV, you know, kind of more of a casual working environment, which is nice because sometimes people just want to like sit and talk about ideas and things like that. And then a little bit further, we've got back to this kitchen area, which again is just nice to have all those free amenities. So that's everything. Hope you liked it.